On the news tonight, Anambra State government reinstates commitment towards completing all ongoing road projects. Parents urged to ensure they make maximum use of the Maternal, Newborn and Child Health Week. President of the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, Mr. Kaigama, says the new minimum wage will be announced next month. And on the foreign scene tonight, former Chinese Vice Governor Yun Hai-hang bags 15 years in prison for bribery. And a very good evening to you and welcome to the news. I am Ebere Ugonna. The details of the news: Anambra State government says its commitment towards completing all ongoing road projects across the state, especially those that lead to the agrarian communities, is non-negotiable. Governor Willie Obiano stated this when he inspected the ongoing construction work on the 18.5-kilometer Afo-Roma Umudora Umuikuonona road project with a spur to Umweze Nam and Kogi State Highway. Government House correspondent Kenechukwu Ofoma tells us more.
The project, which was awarded in March this year at the cost of 5.592 billion naira, has a contractual term of 2 years. The road project is the first to cut across the benefiting communities, which are major agrarian communities with positive prospects for the state's vegetable export initiative. When completed, it will create the fastest access from Anambra West local government area to Asaba Delta State and Onitsha. During the visit, it was observed that earthwork and clearing was ongoing. Speaking shortly after the inspection, Governor Obiano said the road, when completed, will facilitate the evacuation of vegetables for export as well as other agricultural produce. He noted that due to its difficult terrain, the state government had engaged a frontline engineering firm to undertake the road project, adding that his government has mobilized the contractor and will continue to release funds to ensure that the project is completed on schedule.
It's a big agrarian community or agrarian communities, you know, and you can see this road passes through 5 various communities that are living here, and this is the first time any road at all is going to pass through this area, you know, and I'm very happy because as you are aware, all the exports we have been doing on Ugu and Onubu, most of them we get from Onuno. Yes. And this road will facilitate the movement of all those produce to the market and put more money in the pockets of the villagers and the communities that are living here. You know, so I'm happy to flag off this road. Like I did say, it's being handled by an expert road construction company, Tamad. They are very used to a terrain like this. It's a very difficult road, and you can see we're using sharp sand and stone base to firm up this road. We suspect that immediately after the road is finished, it will pick high traffic, and to withstand heavy-duty trucks that will be passing here, we need to firm up the roads properly. You know,
the majority leader of the State House of Assembly, Mr. Victor Okoye, commended the road infrastructural development initiative of the Obiano administration, which he noted has greatly favored the people of Anambra West.
And this road will link our people to Onitsha and Asaba. So it's a very important road to my people. And all the days in the House of Assembly, I keep lamenting. But since you became the governor, I know that you will do it because this is your place. And we are very happy that you are doing it.
The Anglican Bishop of Mbamili Diocese, the Right Reverend Henry Okeke, described the governor's decision to come and inspect the project by himself as remarkable, saying that aside agriculture, the road, when completed, will also help boost education and business activities in the area. For the Transition Committee Chairman of the local government, Mr. Tony Collins Mwabunwane, the construction of the road is in fulfillment of the governor's campaign promises to people of Anambra West, adding that the people will cooperate with the contractor to enable him deliver a quality job.
We cannot thank you fully enough, especially both your team that are working with you. They are always assisting. Most times we don't get across to you, but when we get across to them swiftly, the result is there. So we want to say thank you so much. As you can see today, so many Anam elders and meaningful Anam people are here.
On his part, the site engineer of the firm handling the project, Mr. Tony Francis, said because of its terrain, the project was well designed to contain a culvert every 150 meters, assuring that they would deliver according to specifications.
This is a 18-kilometer road. We already start filling with sharp sand. The filling will be very high, and there will be a lot of culverts. For example, every 150 meters there will be a culvert taking the water from side to side to never affect the road. So it's a very well designed project, and we thank you again for the trust.
The governor was earlier received at the site by youths and women of the council area with chants of solidarity. From Anambra West, I am Kene Chukwuofoma reporting for ABS News.
And away from that, Governor Willie Obiano says his government is focused on transforming the outlook of Onitsha and giving the city a befitting outlook. The governor made this known when he inspected the remodeling of the famous DMGS roundabout in Onitsha. Again, Government House correspondent Kenneth Chukwuofoma was there and tells us more.
The project, which was designed and executed by the Commissioner for Environment, Architect Mike Okonkwo, also includes the recovery of a burnt filling station located near the roundabout, where trees will be planted. During the inspection visit, it was observed that the roundabout has been beautified with 5 gigantic elephant tusk-like sculpture works and a statue of former President of Nigeria, who is from Onitsha, late Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, erected. Governor Obiano said the project, when completed, will be a delight to behold, both in the day and at night, as it will be fully installed with lights. He noted that the ancient city of Onitsha, with its very rich cultural heritage, deserves monuments that will showcase the town, adding that his government will continue to make efforts in that light.
Monuments. We have already taken over this filling station too. We are going to plant trees and beautiful flowers here, so to augment the beauty of this area. You know, the site of a filling station there is not safe for the students at DMGS here. You know, so we need to check them out. You know, so I'm impressed so far with the work I'm seeing. That's a great work. He hasn't finished. By the time he finishes with the finishing you are seeing here, you will marvel at the kind of job that we are able to do here.
The Commissioner for Environment, Architect Okonkwo, explained that the idea behind the project is to celebrate Onitsha, the legend of Zik, and the unity of the Igbo nation, noting that the 5 elephant tusk-like sculpture works, joined with an aka, signifies the 5 states of the southeast.
His Excellency Chief Dr. Willie Obiano had his whole intent is to create landmarks, monuments, places, not just space, but places. So he said, well, let's start with, in this one, with Onitsha, with all their history. So His Excellency, the way he does things is not just to do it, just it has to have some sort of background. So the background is that we were trying to celebrate Onitsha with the Odu and the Aka, as you can see. And then it's 5 of them. Again, we're trying to recall the 5 states of the southeast. They are not all equal. If you look, the tusks are not that equal. So we were trying to celebrate the legend of Zik and at the same time tell a story and then create a place that people can enjoy.
On his part, the member representing Onitsha North Constituency 2 in the State House of Assembly, Mr. Edi Buso, acknowledged that Onitsha has witnessed significant infrastructural improvement since the inception of the Obiano administration and assured him of the people's support.
And the Excellency is bringing beauty in the constituency. So it's far from human work. It's a thing of spiritual. For him to think about this, you know, make it look good. This DMGS here is an old institution. It has been. So anybody that comes into Onitsha, we use DMGS roundabout as a point of contact.
From Onitsha, I am Kene Chukwuofoma reporting for ABS News.
Moving on to the flag off of the 2018 Child Health Week, Governor Willie Obiano has called on mothers and caregivers to bring their children and wards out to benefit from various health packages available at the ongoing 2018 Maternal, Newborn and Child Health Week across the state. Governor Obiano made the call at the flag-off of the 2018 first round of the Maternal, Newborn and Child Health Week held at the Primary Health Care Center in Anambra local government area. Our health correspondent Chibuzo Okoye was there and brings details.
Flagging off the exercise, Governor Obiano, represented by the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Josephat Akabike, expressed satisfaction with the high turnout of mothers and children, as well as other stakeholders at the event, and assured that his administration will continue to bring comprehensive health reforms and innovations to the health sector to enable Anambra access effective and efficient health services. Governor Obiano equally noted that his government has renovated and equipped 63 primary health care centers across the state, promised that before the end of this year, another 63 primary healthcare centers will be renovated and equipped. He added that immunization has helped the state achieve more in giving the Anambra good and adequate healthcare services, even as he called on mothers and caregivers to utilize the opportunity.
For health reforms, reforms means on where about the and the measure can the buying way in and what are and if I
the Executive Secretary, Anambra State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Chioma Ezenyemolo, revealed that interventions that will be given during the week include vitamin A supplement, birth registration, distribution of long-lasting insecticide-treated nets, deworming, health education and sensitization on key household practices, oral polio, vaccination, HIV testing and counseling.
5 years because project for the health center Kenya for Bumbochi I Kenya for overwhelm because only a Japan health center only folic acid.
In their separate remarks, the Special Assistant to the Governor on events, Sir Anthony Goji, who is an indigenous of Unre, and the former Special Assistant to the Governor on political matters, Chief Ejiko Kechigu, appreciated the state government for its various reforms in the health sector and called on mothers and caregivers to utilize the opportunity afforded by the week.
Governor Anambra Nasia Dalo Makanka Drobele Menuriambo Manebo Cheteno Yemianre or Nepibeco Nyanwa Bundenre.
An observation to him that for some time now I have noticed that in the past 6 years that this event had taken place in Anocha 4 times minimum.
Immunization of children by the governor, cultural and health education formed the highlights of the exercise. The Maternal, Newborn and Child Health Week commenced on 16th of July and we end on 20th of July in all primary healthcare centers across the state from Monday to Friday. From Nre, in Anocha local government area, it's been Chibuzo Okoye for ABS News.
The Commissioner for Trade, Commerce, Market and Wealth Creation, Dr. Christian Madubuko, says plans are underway to reconstruct the Otuacha market in the Anambra East local government area. The Commissioner was speaking during an inspection tour of the market to ascertain the level of works needed to revamp the popular business vicinity. Correspondent Emmanuel Chibata was there for the ABS during the inspection tour and brings us details.
Dr. Madubuko, who explained that the market is in deplorable condition, said that the state government will do the needful to reconstruct it for effective business transaction.
It's a befitting thing to overhaul this market. And I've seen the condition of the market here. I just decided to come and have a look. And I have seen things. I never knew that in the home of the governor of the state, this type of market will exist here. Personally, I think it is a good thing to overhaul and change the face of this market to look like something that we can see in overseas. I'm surprised that this market is still in this condition.
The chairman, Otuacha Traders Association, Mr. Udenze Fodile, who expressed dissatisfaction with the situation of the market, posited that if the market would be reconstructed, government and the entire community will benefit a lot from it.
Since you are all women live here and are lazing a government in a very one arm. A government had a teenager about big case in Libya. Or Guavleri, Umwiri, Umabanam Canaan. So I made a Kitanumana Budadigo. The government never got a Calvary. I go and Calvary.
Also speaking, the patron of the market, Mr. Benjamin Tabubu, and the secretary to the market, Mr. Joseph Ezuru, who noted that the market was established in 1940s, while the local government was created in 1951, maintained that not only that the market is in a deplorable condition, but also filled with illegal and unapproved structures, and appealed for government intervention to meet required standards. They also affirmed that the market will generate more revenue for the government, as well as provide jobs and commodities like rice, yam, and cassava, among others, for consumption.
Otochi ekwesịrị idetu ọdịva maka gị enezurori anya maka gị okwuru ndị na-ekwu ka enezi anya ma Chineke wepụtara anyị ka anyị bịa ka anyị nezi anya wa na-agwụ ngụ gọọmenti na ọ bụrụ mụ jụrụ iwu na-abụ ọfụ ya kịta ọ na-amago dat nezuru Otochi abụ old town kwesị dat ebe ebe na-ekiri ya ekiri maka na anyị na-eproduce any social commodities ebe ọ bụla na-eri ma ọ bụ ibe anabụ na ma rice ma ji ma ọka.
This place can generate a lot of revenue to the government. If government, build the market to standard, it is going to generate a lot of money.
From Otuacha, I am Emmanuel Shibata, reporting for ABS News.
Moving on to ABGA Chairman's birthday celebration. It was a momentous day at the National Secretariat of the All Progressive Grand Alliance, ABGA, as the party's National Assembly caucus celebrated with the chairman of the party, Ozo Victor Oye, on the occasion of his birthday celebration. The celebration, which was a double-barrel event, also marked his victory at the recent judgment of the Supreme Court, which pronounced him the authentic national chairman of the All Progressive Grand Alliance. Speaking, the caucus leader, Senator Victor Ome, described the victory and birthday celebrations as the Lord's doing, marvelous in their eyes. Senator Ome assured that nobody would again challenge Dr. Oye's seat, as his virtues are speaking for him. While testifying that his tenure brought great blessings to the party, Senator Ome assured their unalloyed support and continued prayers for his success. Receiving the delegation in his office, the celebrant, Dr. Oye, who described the double celebration as a joyous moment for the party, called for greater unity and love among members. He thanked God for all these blessings, noting that before anyone is born, God had already designed what the person would be, and prayed for more blessings, protection, and guidance on all who came to celebrate with him. Cutting of birthday cake, blessings of cola nuts, presentation of birthday cards, and singing birthday songs formed the high points of the event. And away from that, Anambra State government is to rehabilitate the mentally challenged persons on the streets. This is in line with the resolve of the wife of the governor, Chief Mrs. Ebele Chikwobiano, to rid the streets of mentally challenged people. To this end, the Commissioner for Social Welfare, Children and Women Affairs, Lady Ndidi Mezwe, has embarked on massive removal of mentally challenged people from the streets for onward transfer to rehabilitation centers across the state. The relocation team, which was led by Mr. Onyebuchi Aniedozie, succeeded in rounding up a number of mentally challenged people from some major streets in Awka Capital Territory. The few mentally challenged people that were professionally picked up were carefully relocated to rehabilitation home at Inteje for treatment and will be handed over to their family members once they are medically certified okay. And moving on, a 3-year-old girl, Miss Machuku Ebiowu of Okochi community in Obara local government area, has been declared missing by her father, Mr. Jude Ebiowu. According to a statement signed by the police public relations officer, SP Haruna Mohammed, the father, Mr. Ebiowu, reported that her missing daughter left home yesterday in company of her mother, Mrs. Juliana Ebiowu, for a graduation ceremony in their school in the community. And while the celebration was going on, the mother noticed her disappearance, and efforts to find her since then have proved abortive. It stated that the missing girl is fair in complexion, speaks Igbo fluently, and has no tribal mark. The release equally disclosed that a similar incident occurred last week in Awka, where a 4-year-old boy, Chidera Iloka, and 2-year-old girl, Kamsiyo Chukwu Iloka, of the same primary school at Amobia, who are children of Rosemary Ezekwere of number 3 Chidozie Street, Amobia, got missing from school, which was reported at the Central Police Station, Oka. It added that investigation is ongoing to ascertain the circumstances surrounding the disappearance and possible trace. The statement urged parents and guardians to be extra vigilant in protecting their children and cautioned them to be wary of strangers in view of the emerging trend of missing persons. It enjoined the public to avail the police useful information that could help trace the missing children by reporting to the nearest police station or call the following numbers: 08075690784 or 070-391-9194332. And moving on, the president of the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, Mr. Bobo Kaigama, has announced that a new amount agreed on by the federal government and Labour to serve as Nigeria's new minimum wage would be announced next month. Bobo, who disclosed this in an interview with the Labour correspondents in Lagos, said that the committee working on the minimum wage had almost concluded negotiations on the matter. The federal government had set a September date to roll out a new minimum wage for workers, although the Minister of Labour, Dr. Chris Ngige, has recently reported as double-speaking on the issue. He said civil servants in Nigeria are eagerly awaiting a wage increase after years of enduring a wage structure described by analysts as one of the lowest in the world, but that, according to analysts, public office holders in Africa's most populous nation, including members of the bicameral parliament, enjoy some of the biggest wages in the world. Mr. Kaigama said that a tripartite committee meeting held today in Abuja but refused to elaborate on issues being discussed at the meeting to avoid anxiety. On November 22, 2017, President Muhammadu Buhari approved the appointment of a 30-member committee to work out a new minimum wage. He inaugurated the committee on November 27. And moving on to the foreign scene, meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari on Wednesday rounded off his official visit to the Netherlands with a meeting he had with members of staff of the Nigerian embassy and their family members before departing for Abuja. According to a statement by his special advisor on media and publicity, Mr. Femi Adesina, the president thanked the members of the staff of the embassy and their family members for being worthy ambassadors of Nigeria. Adesina further gave a recap of Buhari's activities in the Netherlands since he left the country on Sunday. He recalled that on the sidelines of the president's visit, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Geoffrey Onyema, and his Dutch counterpart, Stef Blok, signed a memorandum of understanding on bilateral consultations at Schiedeldonzeshaven, The Hague. The MOU has said aimed to promote and facilitate relations between Nigeria and the Netherlands in the key thematic areas of security, trade, investment, agriculture, political dialogue, and education. Also on the foreign scene, Yu Haiyan, former vice governor of China's Gansu province, was today sentenced to 15 years in prison and fined 6 million yuan for taking bribes by a court in Chongqing. According to the verdict announced by the First Intermediate People's Court of Chongqing Municipality, Yu's illicit gains will be turned over to the state treasury. The court found that between 1998 and 2016, Yu took advantage of his position to seek benefits on product sales, project contracting, real estate development, and personnel arrangements and promotions for others. The court said that he was convicted of accepting money and gifts worth over $9.8 million personally or through his wife, Li Yanhua. The court said Yu confessed his crimes, provided leads on his case, and returned all the bribes which constituted mitigation of sentence, the court said. However, Yu decided not to appeal. And that's it on ABS Television News tonight. But remember that you can listen to news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by logging onto our website, www.absradiotv.com. Like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/ABS Radio Television. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ABS Radio TV. And just before we go tonight, a quick reminder of our major stories. Anambra State Government reinstates commitment towards completing all ongoing road projects. Governor Obiano stated this while inspecting Afo Onono Umuyikwi Road in Anambra West local government area. Parents urged to ensure they make maximum use of the Maternal, Newborn and Child Health Week. President of the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, Mr. Kaigama, says the new minimum wage will be announced next month. On the foreign scene, former Chinese Vice Governor Yu Yai-yan begs 15 years in prison for bribery. He was also fined 6 million yuan. And that's the size of our package tonight. Many thanks for watching. I am Ibere Ugonna.